Ready.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm LaLa,
And Lily.
and we are here to debunk some beauty industry myths for if you are brand new in the industry, whether you are a cosmetologist, an esthetician, a laser specialist, a nail artist. I feel like everything we're going to talk about today kind of applies to anybody brand new in the industry. I'm going to debunk some myths, kind of give you a little tips and tricks that I wish I knew.
Yeah. But as you guys know, Christina has a lot of experience, so she's probably gonna answer most of the questions because I have experience, but this girl's crazy. So
My
we're gonna go from
experience,
there.
yeah, for sure. And my experience also applies because for somebody who is doing as many different things as I'm doing and has had as many struggles as I've had over the past few years, I feel like I'm a good point of reference because if I could do it despite going to get my degree, having 2 kids, having zero help from my kid's birth father, not making enough money at the time,
Yeah.
struggling with relationship problems, and then buying my house and now looking for a car. Like I've had so many different struggles along the way, but I made it and I'm really successful now in this time of my life, thank God.
Yeah.
So I think I'm a good point of reference.
Yeah.
Like
I
ask
really
this kind of
think
question.
that, sometimes circumstances just kind of shape you and you kind of have to learn from them because or learn from people that you have around. You just gotta absorb everything. And I know sometimes people are like, but I can do it. Whatever. Right, you can, but you can also accept help and hear out feedback.
Oh my
It's
God.
also important.
I am not the one to ask for help either.
Yeah,
So I think that
I
is
get it.
super duper important. I wish I did that earlier on in my career as to now. Even now though, I feel like you think it's still hard for me to ask for help.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like I did that. I should have asked for more help along the way. I'm very, very, very lucky and blessed that I got to where I am so quickly, but I did have help. Like, we're going to shout out Electric Mike now because I have to. So, if it wasn't for my boyfriend Michael, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
Stop it.
I
We're all
hate.
gonna cry.
I know. I hate.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna freaking cry. He better cry when he watches this. No, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Michael held it down when I was getting my licenses. I didn't really work. I was working at a bar a couple nights a week, making shit money. So he held it down then. He takes care of my kids when I need him to, and takes them where they gotta go. Yeah, he gives me issues every now and then, but it's typical man.
They all do.
But he does all that, and he is not their biological father. So
That means
I
a lot.
think
It
that
really
to
means
me,
a lot.
that's a huge wow. Shout out to Electric Mike.
Love you, Mike.
We love you, Mike. Today we do.
She always loves you. You know
We always love you.
it.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't have been able to be here without his support and his help because unfortunately, I didn't have the support of my family or my friends. Everybody, you'd think when you're coming into this industry that your family and your friends are gonna rock you and they're gonna be there and they're gonna be your first sale.
Your first sale, your first client, they're always gonna be there
Oh
pushing
my
you.
God. It is your family and friends who are gonna be the last ones to
Be
support
paying
you.
clients.
Exactly.
So, it's easier to make a client your friend than a friend a client.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
really, really difficult. So, I gotta stay on top of that.
Sorry, dealing with other business issues like always. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, when I first came into the industry, I had supporters like Marilena, a
Shout
good
out to
friend of mine.
Marilena.
Shout out Marilena. She pushed me in the hard times because I would go to work like crying sometimes that I was exhausted and I was so tired and how can I keep going to get my license and I don't know anybody in Florida because I'm not a Floridian. I'm from New York. I don't know anybody down here. A lot of people know me, but nobody's a friend of me. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
Yeah.
I'm a social person when I have to be, but I'm an introvert. Like I don't want to be at
You
social
can't
gatherings.
tell. I know. Me
I know.
neither.
You can't really tell, but like I don't make friends very easily. I am hard to trust people. I have trust issues. I don't trust anybody to be considered a friend. Like I consider you a friend. I consider Marilena a friend. And for Florida, that's literally it. So love all you guys who love me too, but you know, in the beginning, when I first started here in Florida, anyway, and I was just getting my license, I knew nobody. So I had nobody here who I could just be like, oh, hey, come check me out at this new job. Whereas most people, if you're in Florida right now getting your license, you have friends and family who can come and check you out. We have a new hire, Alexis, who has friends who have come, to check her out and check out her job. But I didn't have that when I first came in the industry.
Yeah.
I had to build it, which was, another struggle for another time, I guess. But, support is hard to come by. So the biggest takeaway I can take from that is if you can't get support from your circle, give it to yourself. Give it to yourself, because there were times where even Mike, when, love you, Mike, but when I first started, I wasn't making a lot of money. I think when my first job, I was making $15 or $17 an hour with 15% commission on only the services that I did. So it wasn't even a full commission. It was like barely anything. So I wasn't really making a lot of money. I wasn't getting called into work a lot. And he wanted me to find a real job. And even his support for me kind of got shaky for a while until Voldemort happened. And that's where my career took off. We don't talk about Voldemort. It's an old
You guys
company.
already know.
If it's an old company we used to work for, they went bankrupt. They no longer exist. But at the same time, I kind of have to thank them for my rise in success because, yes, I learned a lot with them, but I am here now kind of because
Something
of
just
them.
happened for a reason. That's what we truly believe, that it was just a push for just not her, but like everybody else. I mean, I hope everybody else that got laid off find a job and it's happy. Because for us, that we're lucky enough that we are happier than where we were before. And is there
For
room
sure,
for
for sure,
improvement? Of course, there is
for sure.
always, but things happen for a reason. We have been very lucky, and we're lucky girls. I mean, what can we say?
We are manifestation queens, though. I feel like both of us, especially after we started really connecting and talking about like living our dream life and making more money and making the amount of money we want to make and all that. And, I have to actually shout out the manifestation babe, Catherine Zankina, because I did a few of her programs actually. I did Manifestation Reset when I first got hired back at Voldemort. And that's when all of a sudden I went from selling maybe 20 grand a month to 80 grand a month immediately after I took that program. Then after that, I did what she called Sovereign Money. And now I'm making over six figures easily. To me, like literally, I love to come to work. To me, coming to work is not going to work. It's like not a job.
Yeah.
I come to work to see my friends, aka my clients. Like, that's why I come to work. So, but yeah, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Let's get into it.
We got questions here that newer people have been asking.
So you put up a poll, right?
I put up a poll. I put up a few polls. I put up polls like literally almost every day on my Instagram. You guys know this. So we put up a poll. We had some of our coworkers ask some questions. So we're just going to get down to it. And hopefully, if your question is not one of the questions that we picked for today's show, that's fine. Drop a comment below and we will absolutely answer your question whenever we can.
All right. So let's start with the first one. The first one is, what inspired you to get into the beauty industry?
Oh my God, so much inspired me personally. I feel like we both can talk on this. So for me, what inspired me was that still do to this day, have extremely low self-esteem. Extremely low self-esteem. But what makes me feel good is helping others. That makes me feel better about myself. So when I got into the industry, I remember I was talking to my lash girl at the time, and she was telling me, how she feels making other people feel beautiful.
Yeah.
And I don't feel beautiful a lot of the time until, I got my lashes on, then I feel great. So shout out to Cara, my lash girl. But me, it was my self-esteem and wanting to make other women who feel like I do, moms who feel like you're only a mom and you're nothing else but a mom, which I understand that completely because a lot of the times I felt like that too. I wanted to give them something to feel good about. And that's why I personally got into the industry.
Honestly, it's funny because my whole story is I was working in healthcare, specifically in the billing side of a doctor's office, a medical billing. It was very boring, guys. Boring.
Well, I think
Like,
we all in this industry, if you've either worked in healthcare
God.
or you've done medical billing and then you come into this industry or you did real estate because we're in
Yeah,
Florida, so
we sure did
everybody
a
does
lot
real
real
estate.
estate.
Guess what? I did them all.
Yeah,
So,
but it's funny. I'm like, I always loved the beauty industry in general. I was that person that had 20 different skincare products in her counter, and I had more in the way. I already order more, and I wanted to know every single ingredient, and I wanted to know what it did for the skin. And it's funny because I never realized that that was my passion. That that's what I wanted to do until later on in life. Shout out to my baby Hector. He actually
shout
pushed
out
me
to Hector.
to pursue it, and I and I know it sounds so silly. The first time I did a facial on one of my uh, classmates, I cried. I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to help people just better themselves, because sometimes when you're not feeling well inside and you look at yourself outside and you got your lashes done, you got your nails done, you got your hair done, you feel better in the inside too.
Absolutely.
So I feel
Absolutely.
like it's we do go into this business trying to help people. We really truly do. And I feel like it makes me happy because I feel like I'm making a difference in somebody's life. And I know everybody goes into a little bit different, but it's always about helping. And if you're not in it for helping a client, I'm sorry, you're
Get
not gonna be
out
successful.
and get out.
I
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna make some money here and there, but if you're not willing to help, like truly help them, I'm sorry, I really don't think this is for you.
Exactly. If you look at any of the reviews I've gotten, or I will have an episode where I share certain testimonials that I have because they make me cry. They're really nice from some of my clients. Um, they all say my passion is what brings them back. My passion for the industry, my passion for what I do, my knowledge of what I do. My knowledge of what I do comes from how passionate I am
Yeah.
about what I do.
Mhm.
Because I love this industry. I love all the different aspects of it. You guys don't know this, but I'm certified in lasers. I can do permanent makeup.
Mhm.
I can do a regular tiny tattoo if I really wanted to, although I suck at drawing, so please don't ask me to do that. I can do makeup. I just recently, Ariana and I, my daughter, started watching hair tutorials, and she's better at it than I am. But we've been starting like different types of braids. So, like, I can braid like my son's hair. We're actually going to try to braid it this weekend.
That'll be fun.
It's so long right now. But there's so many different aspects that I've dealt in with this industry. I can do nails. I don't like it, but I can do it. But the passion that I have for this industry is great. And the thing about this industry that I love, it never stops changing.
Never does.
It never stops growing. There's always something new to learn. There's always trade shows going on, especially down here in South Florida.
You know what? Another thing is that I feel like, and this is, I don't believe it's in the question. It's like people feel like, oh, but it's there's so much saturation. There's so many people in the industry, but there is space for you. There's space for everybody. There's
There's space
clients
for
for
everybody.
everybody.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
Absolutely.
don't stop yourself from being successful just because you think there's no space for you. Make space.
Make the space.
You
Make the
really do.
space. Make the space.
Go ahead.
We made the space. No, we totally made the
We
space.
really did.
In the laser game anyway, we definitely made the space. I mean, we're in West Palm where you can get laser literally right across the street, a few blocks that way. Literally, I think not even a
Not
whole
even,
block that
yeah.
way. There is so much laser in our area that is very similar to ours or comparable to ours, but people come to us for a reason.
Yeah.
And the passion is part of that. So you
Yeah.
need passion in this industry. Let's do question number 2.
How did you build confidence with clients when you were just starting out? That's a huge one.
That is such a complicated question for me
That's
because
a
of my
huge question.
personality.
It
So
really
you
is.
know me, and I think you've said this to me before that
Mhm.
my confidence kind of just shows in
Mhm.
my ability. I did not have that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Delusion.
Yeah.
Me being Delulu Lala, just telling myself I could do it
Yeah.
over and over and over, and then doing it
Yeah.
and showing myself
But it
how to
takes
do
a lot
it.
of
It
practice.
took
Like, I meant
practice.
mental
Yeah, for
practice. It really
sure.
is, because at the beginning, like when I just started, I was scared of touching people, and I was like, oh my god, I'm scared. And I was like, why am I scared? This is funny.
I was, yeah.
They don't know how much confidence I can have, so I just have to put up a face that I'm confident and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I did it, and then I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And the clients are like super happy. So it's like you stop yourself. So it definitely is a lot of mental
Yeah, for
practice.
sure. For sure.
And then you eventually will show it, just like you. Now she talks to clients, we talk to clients,
Super confident
super confident.
now.
No issues,
Like
easy
now.
peasy. We always answer their questions, no problem. um I rarely have any clients where like, oh, I don't feel like you can do the job. I
I don't think
rarely
I've
do.
ever had that happen
So I'm
actually.
like, and if I do, it's because I already met Christina.
Yeah, no,
And I don't feel some type of way because I know she does, and that's okay by
I
me.
appreciate that because I feel
So
like I've worked a lot of places where other girls that I worked with hated me for the amount of clients I had or hated me for my abilities or how good I was at my job. And I still feel like that sometimes, not like not from you, from like our employees.
yeah,
Sometimes low key feel
yeah.
like that. But I do feel the hate a lot of the times. I feel it on my Instagram sometimes too.
Sometimes I feel like it's about the person, to be honest with you. I feel like when you are not confident or you don't feel like you can do the job, uh, you bring yourself down. And
Mhm.
instead of bringing yourself down, you want to bring her down with you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
crabs, they're just
Yeah.
trying to bring you down.
You know, that's something I never
Um,
did in this industry was tear down another
and
esthetician, another laser person. I've never done that
it's
ever.
I've been lucky enough that everywhere I worked, everyone has been very supportive and they want to help me. So
Which
thank
doesn't
God,
always happen in this industry.
knock on wood.
Yeah.
But I always been lucky, but it does not happen. I heard a lot of drama. Oh, she said, he said, oh my God, like
Mhm.
fighting about little stupid stuff. Then I'm like, why? Why are you putting so much energy in something that is silly?
Exactly,
Put your
exactly.
energy in your clients. Put your energy in your social media. Put your energy on educating yourself more for your clients. Just change that.
Change
Don't
your
use, yeah,
mindset. It's all
seriously.
about your mindset. So, yeah, I'm not typically, I am now, I'm not going to lie. Now I am extremely confident in all of my abilities. I'm an extremely confident individual in general.
Mhm.
I have no problem talking in front of a crowd anymore, but that didn't just come overnight. It came after
Mhm.
practice. I did extensive trainings after I went to school for laser. Like, I did a lot more than the typical person
Mhm.
who goes to school for this
Yeah.
industry. So yeah, I did extensive
Mhm.
trainings after going to school. I did a ton of trainings, and I didn't only do beauty trainings. I did marketing trainings. I did social
Mhm.
media trainings. I did money management trainings. I did how to start a business from scratch trainings. I started reading a lot of books. Next episode, I will have a list of books that I read throughout my journey to give to you guys because I did read a lot of different like self-help type books.
Mhm.
Is what I read. I read Grant Cardone. I read Mel Robbins.
Mel
I love
Robbins.
Mel
Shout out to
Robbins.
Mel
Shout out to
Robbins.
Mel Robbins. I
She's
love Mel
amazing.
Robbins.
I know.
I'm in the middle of reading the 5 Second Rule.
I love
I've
that.
actually been reading it for like 9 months because I don't have time to read. Next question.
All right, let's see. How do you stay current with the new trends or technology in aesthetics?
TikTok.
Because it's social media, like it's huge. Now, before you had to go to like a show to see if you can actually like find something new or new, skincare. Now everything is online. TikTok, Instagram, or a new trend that they're doing, or a new ingredient that was, found, or like the salmon sperm, like,
I
now
still
everything is
want to try
online.
the salmon sperm actually. I do want to
Yes,
try it.
I know.
So, no, so yeah, I use TikTok, Instagram, word of mouth to keep current. Sometimes I just start going down a Google like Alice in Wonderland hole,
You're really
and I
funny.
just start like researching different things, and then that's how I found out. Or David from Candela always upstates me. Shout out to David from Candela.
Yeah, we love you, David.
We love David. So David always sends out an email when something new is going on in the laser community. So
Yeah,
him and Patrick are great.
yeah, we love them. Get us updates.
Hmm.
All right, another one. What are some mistakes you made early on that others could avoid?
Probably every mistake in the book. Jesus,
I feel like we all make mistakes at the beginning. Come on,
I feel like I still
it's
make
part of
mistakes.
it.
I
I
still
feel
make
like,
mistakes.
I mean, we always do. I feel like, no, always, guys. Sorry,
We
we
do make
we
mistakes
do
though
make mistakes.
occasionally.
We're
Yeah,
human, right? We're always gonna make
exactly,
mistakes. That's part of it.
exactly.
But I guess in my end, I would say I was not proactive enough with my social media. I think that's really important, and I didn't see the importance then as I do now. but it's huge. I say grow your social media or have your clients follow you. Um, Pictures before and afters. Those are like huge
That's
for me
mine.
too.
Is the before and
I
afters.
always
I
forget
still
to
do
take
it.
photos.
I still do it. I did it. Yep. I did it
So,
last night
yeah.
on my client's tattoo. I wanted to take a before picture
Hmm.
because for training purposes, she has a tattoo on her forearm and
Hmm.
it's every color under the sun,
Ah,
which are
fantastic.
hard to treat.
Mhm.
So I'm treating it very carefully because when you use, if
Mhm.
you're not in the laser community, you're not going to understand. But if you use a 532 zoom,
Yeah,
it's scary to me.
it's scary.
I,
Me
I get
too.
I get
I
scared
get
to
scared
use
with
that,
that
but
one.
for her I have to. So I don't have a
Mhm.
choice because of the colors of her tattoo. So I mean, it is what it is. But not taking the before photos, I do that all the time. Other mistakes, not responding to people in time. Like you think you have all the time in the world to respond to people. If somebody hits me up on Instagram, I respond within the day.
Mhm.
I don't wait to the
Mhm.
next day. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I don't wait till the next day.
Mhm.
If I see it, I respond, even if they just sent it.
Mhm.
And when I first got into the industry, a lot of people used to tell me, like, don't respond right away because you look too available. No, because if
No.
you don't answer them, somebody else is going to
Somebody
answer
as
them.
well. And especially in
Exactly.
this day and age where there's a lot of competition, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't take that luxury to
I
just
do.
sit
I
there.
don't have my notifications on for my social media
Mhm.
because my social media goes off literally
All the
every
time.
3 minutes.
Mhm.
Somebody's liking, somebody's commenting, somebody's following, somebody's doing something on my page. So I get too many notifications. So I don't have them on, but I do check my Instagram at least once an hour
Mhm.
just to see, has anybody responded to my messages? Has anybody asked me anything? Do I have any comments I need to respond to?
Mhm.
Following up on comments is super big in social media right now. So
It
I
really
always
is.
make sure that I follow up on every single interaction that I get. I interact back.
Mhm.
Even if they don't interact after that, I make sure that I
Mhm.
interact back.
Very, very
So that's a big
important.
mistake that I made
Mhm.
in the industry. And then I think the only other mistake I made in the industry is settling for less.
That hurt me
Settling
right
for
in the
less.
feelings.
Going to work at places just for the experience, paying me nothing.
Yes.
um, yeah, no, settling for less. I would absolutely wish I never did that. I will never do it again. Learned a lot,
Mhm.
but won't ever
Yeah.
do that again.
Yeah.
Selling yourself short, don't do that.
And when you're new in the industry, there's a lot of things you don't know. When I went into it, because I was coming from corporate to, being in a white collar type of job where I'm using my hands. And I know it sounds funny, but I'm like, okay, what do I charge for this? How come I have to stay here, but I'm not getting paid? How come all little things that honestly you don't realize because you're so new in the industry and you're
Yeah,
like, is this supposed to be like this? And then now that
yeah.
I've been in it longer and I'm like, oh my God, I was taken advantage of.
Oh
I
yeah, I
really
was
was.
absolutely in the
I was
beginning.
robbed
Yeah, in the beginning.
money. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't have my tips all the time. Like
Voldemort still owes me money in
I know
commission, so
we
I'll
got
never see that.
that's different. We got caught.
Lord.
Okay.
No, yeah, for sure.
Um.
But yeah, selling yourself short, I feel like we all do
Mhm.
it. But here's the thing, and what I wish I had the courage to do sooner was asking other people in the industry, what do you charge for this?
Mhm.
So it's, if somebody were to ask me, hey, what do you charge for this, who also does laser, I will tell you.
Mhm.
I don't, if you're competition, cool, you're competition. People are gonna go not always based on price. They're gonna go where they're comfortable. And
Mhm.
I know they're gonna be comfortable with me. So I
Mhm.
don't worry about other people asking me, how much would you charge for this? How much should I charge for this? Just ask. There's not all of us in this industry are a-holes. Like, not all of us are gatekeeping our secrets and
Yeah.
not willing to
Yeah.
give them out. So absolutely, like, just ask somebody. Find
Mhm.
somebody who doesn't have like that huge of a following, because I noticed on Instagram all these people who have huge followings,
They
they don't
won't.
respond.
No, they will never answer to
I
you.
have a large following, but I always respond.
Mhm.
How did you think I get the large following?
Mhm.
By responding. So don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. Ask questions. Don't ask your school or your
No,
teachers because I feel like they know
I feel
nothing.
like they're disconnected from the industry
They've
as
been
much
out
as
of the
you.
industry for so long
Yeah.
that I feel like they just don't know what's current.
Mhm.
Ask somebody who's actively in the industry, or go yourself and get the services done that you are doing.
Mhm.
One, you might get some tips.
Mhm.
You might get some tips and tricks by,
Yeah.
oh, they do it a little differently than I do, but I like how they did it, so I'm going
Mhm.
to do it that way.
Yeah.
And then two, you could see what they charge and base your pricing off of that
Mhm.
in your area. Don't like go, if you're in West Palm, don't go to like Jupiter.
Yeah, of
and go
course.
get a service there and compare the pricing,
Mm-hmm.
because where you're located at also dictates your pricing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to charge what I charge in West Palm over in Port St. Lucie
No.
where I live. Like, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But, just
Yeah.
go in the area that you're in, working in, get some services done,
And honestly,
and see.
I feel like there's always going to be an esthetician or somebody in the business that is willing to help, that is willing to give you some advice.
Or take a class.
You know what I mean? Like
Take a
this, there,
class.
literally.
I did
And I
that in
know
the
it seems
beginning.
funny, but it's like, and like, oh, what would I pay if I already went to school?
You already went to school, but you
If
didn't
that's your
learn.
mentality, I'm sorry, you're not gonna succeed.
Exactly. You
Sorry, you
didn't
gotta
learn
keep
enough
learning.
in school.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't learn enough, and
No,
I felt
nobody
like
does.
I learned the basics in school,
Mm-hmm.
even with laser hair removal, which is what school was about.
Mm-hmm.
I did not learn enough. There's
Yeah.
no way I could have went to school and then went to laser on my own.
Mm-mm. There's
So,
no way.
no, absolutely going and taking a class. So I offer mentorship courses all the time. If you need more info, go on my Instagram and just DM me, christina.laser.goddess. I offer mentorship classes. I also offer social media classes. I offer facial classes, body sculpting classes. What kind of class don't I offer at this point? I offer tons and tons and tons of classes. You just have to reach out to me either via DM or via text, and I will help you in the industry. And what I like about what my classes do is that you're not just a student for the day of the class, you're a student for life. So if in 6 months from now, which still happens, in 6 months from now, if you have a question, just text me. I
Yeah.
always respond. I don't think I ever not respond to text. The only texts that I don't respond to are spam.
Well,
That's
yeah.
about it.
Well, actually, you do answer.
Sometimes, yeah, with a stupid meme. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do that. Next question.
All right. So this is a good one, I think. How do you stay motivated on the hard days?
Every day is a hard day,
Mm-hmm.
Lord. Um, I have a goal in mind for my career and my life. I don't believe in speaking it out loud right now, so I'm not going to get into what we
We'll
have a
talk.
we have a goal together. We have a
Mm-hmm.
similar goal.
Yeah.
So that is what keeps me going in this industry. Having a goal or something that's far out of reach that you want to get to in the industry, I think is what keeps me motivated the most. And then on top of that, I'm a mom, so it's like I have to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I have kids. I got to put food on the table. It can't rely
Of
on Michael
course,
for
right. I
everything.
mean,
But
that's a
besides,
huge push, of
that's a
course.
huge push, of course, but not everybody's a mom. So if you're not,
Mm-hmm.
have a goal. Don't sell yourself short. Say, I want to make an extra $20,000 this month, which for somebody who's newer in the industry is going to sound crazy.
Crazy.
It's going to
Yeah.
sound like you can't do it. Who says you can't do it?
You.
Besides you, who says you can't do it?
And if
I've
somebody
done it.
has told you that, like, I feel again like it's all about recycling energy. If
Mm.
somebody told you can't do it, what are you talking about that I can't do it? Of course I can.
I can do whatever the heck I want to do whenever the heck I want to do it. If
Mm-hmm.
I want to go out and make $10,000 tomorrow, trust me, I'm going to make it close. If I don't make the 10, I'm going to be really close.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like to do actually when I come to work, and I used to do this when we worked at Voldemort's,
Mm-hmm.
on my way to work, you remember,
I
on my
remember.
way to work, I would be like, I'm going to make $5,000 today.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that number, and I would always beat the number.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I did it, I would always beat the number. I would come in when we were working with little Gianna.
Yeah.
We love you, Gianna. I would come in and be like, guys, we're gonna have a $10,000 day, and we would always hit it,
Mm-hmm.
be very close to hitting it, or pass it.
Yeah.
Every single time, I'd be like, we're gonna hit 10,000. Oh, we only got 4,000 to do. We got this. Just having that goal mentality, that goal-driven mentality,
Mm-hmm.
is what keeps me motivated personally.
Yeah. It's funny because I don't have children. I have a stepson. He's wonderful. I love him. Uh, but he has his parents. I don't have pets. I don't have children. So then you're like, okay, so you're kind of a good example of somebody that is like, so what are you doing
I
it?
feel like
Why are
you're a
you
better
doing it?
example. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, the reason I'm doing it again, because for me, it's about helping clients. So it gives me a lot of satisfaction to have a client come in and be so happy to see me, give me a hug. Oh my God, I have to catch up with you. And then we'll talk for hours. And I know it sounds funny because Christina already said it. Our clients are our friends. They really are.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
not it's not just about a sale or anything like that. I truly like having a connection with my clients. I
Mm-hmm.
truly like to get to know them. I want to know their life because I don't know. It sounds funny. We're kind of like therapist.
I feel like, yeah,
We
we are
are.
unlicensed
We are
therapy
licensed.
providers.
I just kidding.
We
We're
are
licensed.
not therapists,
We're
but
not therapists.
no, for sure.
So.
I feel like sometimes I am a therapist though, because yesterday I had a client who
Mhm,
came in who had a really messed up situation happen to her with her and her
mhm,
boyfriend
mhm.
of a very long time,
Yeah.
and now she's dating again. And it was an emotional session.
Yeah.
Doing her hair removal
Oh
was really
God.
emotional.
I mean, obviously, I had clients cry in my room and tell me all these bad things that happen, and you see them move on, you see them grow stronger. So you're not just there to make them look beautiful or whatever else they came in for. You are kind of there in every step of their life, I guess you want to say that. And for me, it just feels very rewarding to be able to be part of that person's growth. So for me, that's one of my main drives to do this job.
There's like an Instagram trend going on right now that I really absolutely love, and I wanted to recreate, but we've been so busy and not here
Yeah,
all the time at the same
yeah,
time,
I know.
so I haven't been able to. But like when your client comes in and says, "Oh, I'm getting married," oh, hey, I love seeing you, but we're gonna have to pause my treatments. I'm pregnant.
Yeah,
I love those. I
yeah,
absolutely love those. I've been to clients' baby showers. I've been
yeah.
to a client's wedding recently. I've been on vacation with clients in the past
Hmm.
because
I mean, that's
you
fun.
guys literally become friends.
Yeah.
I go out for drinks with clients a lot of the time,
Hmm.
or out to eat, or a lot of my clients will come here with Starbucks for me.
You're like, hey, here's for
So
you. I need to. I'm like, oh,
exactly,
thank
and
you.
we
Pick
love
me up.
that. Today I got flowers. Like
Oh,
it's such a rewarding field, I believe, to be in.
it really is.
You
And
know
I
what I
know, I
mean?
mean, obviously, hello, guys. We're here also for the money.
Yeah, of
But,
course. That's a
everybody needs to pay
plus.
their bills. Come on.
Yeah, that's a plus. That's a super
Exactly.
big plus.
Hmm.
But I mean, the money in the beauty industry to me is endless.
I mean, come
Because
on.
not
It's a
only are you making,
$1 billion
like for
industry.
for
So,
the company we work for, yes, we're making our salary.
hmm,
Yes, we make commission. Yes, we make tips. Where do I, why would you say I can't have a $10,000 day? I can.
exactly.
I
Hmm.
absolutely can. I do it
Hmm.
all the time. All the time. It is not as hard as everybody I feel like makes it seem.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to what you inside believe you can do.
Hmm. And then we
Absolutely.
know it's difficult. No, every day is going to feel like a good day. No, every day you're going to be feeling like that.
Today I did not feel like that.
But that's what we were saying
Exactly.
sometimes.
Yep.
Like just looking at yourself in the mirror and
Mhm.
looking good might
Mhm.
make you feel good. That's a big part of it.
Exactly.
So ignore my bun right now. I still look good.
She got her lashes done today, so she feels great.
And I got my brows. Shout out
Yeah.
to Diana. I see you,
Exactly.
girl. What's something people don't see behind the scenes of running a beauty business? It's a good one too.
The amount of things I have to do.
Yep.
It's not just coming in to treat clients. It's okay, I gotta market us. I gotta be a content creator. I gotta
Hmm.
be a manager. I gotta be your friend's shoulder to cry on. I gotta make sure the schedule is right. I gotta check the health histories. I gotta make sure the consent forms are in. I gotta make sure our events are planned. We're having a grand opening party, by the way, August 23rd from 4 to 7 in our West
Whoop
Palm
whoop.
Beach
Come
office,
in.
2600 South Dixie Highway. Come in, get a free treatment. We're gonna
It's
be
a
doing
Saturday, so everybody should come
It's
in.
a Saturday. We're going to be doing 50% off packages that day only. That is a huge,
That's cute.
huge
And
sale.
we're already well priced, so
Exactly. So, but yeah, shout out to that. But I'm planning it. I got to reach out to the vendors. I got to reach out to, you reached out to the DJ, thank God. So that
yeah,
was
yeah, we
something off
already
of my
have
plate.
that. Yeah.
But I think the hardest part of my job is that it never ends. I don't ever shut it off. I go home and it's still not off, unfortunately. When I worked at Voldemort,
Hmm.
I would work at my daughter's cheer competitions. I would be
Same.
watching her cheer with my computer in my arm, doing sales with my headphone in, and like literally doing like an $8,000 sale
I
while my
remember
daughter's flipping on the mat.
the time of the highway. That's the one I remember the most.
Pulling over on the highway, I do that a lot. I still do that, but I live an hour away from our
Oh
West
yeah,
Palm Beach
but it's a
office,
different situation.
and I live like 2 hours away from our Pembroke
But then
Pines
again,
office.
Voldemort was taking advantage of her. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they were.
They really
They
were.
were. They were.
Um,
And I just loved it.
I she really was. It's crazy. He's a
I
masochist.
I thrive in chaos, so I loved it so much.
why.
I was so busy and I absolutely loved it, but
That's why you were meant to be here then.
I know, I had no home life. Like that's the only thing. If you're gonna run your own business or run somebody's business, it is taxing on your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
It is taxing on your physical health. It is taxing on your family health. It is just very taxing on
Piggybacking
everything.
on that for this question, how do you protect your energy and avoid burnout?
I meditate.
So that's a big one because I
Yeah.
know we're talking about all of these things
Breath
that you
work.
have to do.
Yeah, for
And
sure. So the things that I'm currently doing is I'm kind of diving deep into my subconscious,
mm-hmm,
which is very difficult because I have a lot of trauma
mm-hmm,
that we won't discuss today, but maybe we'll get into in another episode.
mm-hmm,
But I have a lot of trauma, so I do breath work, I meditate, I pray.
yeah.
I know a lot of people are going to say this is controversial, but I don't care. I am a huge churchgoer. I go to church almost every Sunday. I didn't go last Sunday, sorry. I go to
Same.
Christ Fellowship, Port St. Lucie. They are an amazing place. I absolutely love them. And I pray probably like 50 to 60 times a day, which sounds crazy, but to me, prayer is not just sit down, okay, dear God, la 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 la, amen. That's
Mm-hmm,
not prayer to me. Prayer is me just speaking out loud and hoping my higher power hears it.
mm-hmm,
So that gets me through the burnout
mm,
is prayer, meditation, reading, taking time with my family or taking time to myself, which doesn't honestly ever happen the time to myself, but the time with my family, it happens pretty often. My biggest advice would be to somebody if you're going to come into the industry starting your own thing and it's very stressful and you're always working, you still have to make time for you. Do something for
yeah.
you. Go see your friends, go out for coffee, go out alone. I
Yeah.
love going to coffee alone.
You know,
I love going with you, but like
everybody has a needs to recharge and everybody recharges differently.
exactly.
You might need a
Have a
person to
spa
recharge.
day.
You might not. You might need time
Exactly.
alone. It really is
I like
different for
time alone.
everybody.
I do.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Um,
get it. That's why I love it. Because
yeah.
I'm like, I don't
But I
have
mean,
to.
I did get a period of time where I was burnt out, especially when I was doing mostly facials because you touch so many people,
And that energy
so
attracts to
many.
you.
And
Yeah.
at that time, I wasn't spiritually open as I am right now. So yes, I am spiritual in a sense, and I do believe that everybody needs something to hold on to help you get through the hard days, the hard months, the hard years, because not it's not for everybody that it'll be one day. Sometimes it's years. It takes time to get through some of these phases in life. And I think you just need to hold on to whatever helps you. Doesn't matter what it is, it's a higher power, it's a person, it's a hobby, will get through it.
I
And
think hobbies help a lot.
I know hobbies
You know,
definitely help a lot.
I don't do any of my hobbies,
You
but
should.
I should. I know.
Yeah,
I
you
need
should.
it's so hard with working here and then trying to do nursing school at the same time
Yeah,
and
you're
dying
crazy.
slowly.
Well,
And
yeah.
then having a competitive cheerleader
Yeah.
and a basketball player now. So
Wow.
my
Oh my
life is
God.
very hectic and crazy and a boyfriend who's basically a husband and my two dogs.
Come on, Mike. Hello.
There's nothing there.
Hello.
Empty.
I'm just saying. She said on
um,
camera she loves you.
I did say it several times. I love Electric Mike. So I mean, having a hobby, whether it's and it doesn't have to be something expensive either. You don't need to go on vacation every time you have burnout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes vacations create burnout.
Yeah.
So just take time and sitting in nature. As much as I hate bugs, being outside, I feel like helps with my burnout. You know what helps me with burnout personally because I'm Pisces, probably the beach. I know you hate the beach.
I hate the
You're
beach.
weird.
And I'm a Pisces too.
I know. She's a weird Pisces.
Ugh.
I'm an actual like fish Pisces.
Yeah.
She's not. But the
Mm-mm.
beach, the sound of the ocean, the smell of the ocean, the feel of the sand, that calms me. That
Mhm.
might not work for you.
Mhm.
Oh, it doesn't work for Lil,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
calms me.
Mhm.
And that works for me.
Yeah.
Have I been to the beach recently? I have not been to the beach in about a year.
Mhm.
It's very upsetting. I need to go,
Mhm.
maybe soon. But no, that's what calms me. So like you're in nature though too because you like planting.
I love
That is
plants.
that's your hobby. Plants are
Yeah.
your hobby.
They're my babies. I
Me
talk
and
to them
plants are
every
not
single
friends,
day.
but yeah.
I wake up. That's actually a funny thing because it might not be a thing that I do when I'm burned out. But in the morning, I wake up, I come downstairs, I open the blinds for my plants, I say good morning, I touch all of them, I say, how are you doing? How do you wake up? Do you want some water? I look at them, I water if I need to water, and I say, bye, I'll see you later. And I know it sounds funny, I sound crazy, but it helps me mentally.
But plants are also living beings, so
So
it's not
they
crazy.
listen to you, and I know it sounds silly, but they do listen to you.
Yeah.
So I guess those are my children.
Those are, yeah, your plants are your children.
Those are my
Yeah.
children.
I think that helps you prevent burnout too, though, because it's
Yeah,
something you do without
something
even
you enjoy.
thinking every
Yeah.
day,
Yeah, and
you know?
I know a lot of people are like, oh, you have to be grateful, and that's also a huge thing. And I've
Oh,
been
yeah,
trying to practice
absolutely.
on that.
Gratefulness.
It's really hard because we just go through life every single day. You just kind of get numb to it,
I've
and
practiced being grateful so much over the last year and a half since I started with Catherine Zankina, the
yeah,
Manifestation Babe,
hmm
because she preaches to be grateful.
yeah,
Being grateful has brought so many things that I've wanted into my life now. And honestly, I really cannot complain about my life right now at all.
yeah, yeah.
For
Sometimes
the
it feels
first
like
time ever.
the other day I was washing dishes and I was like, I'm so grateful that I get to just wash my dishes in peace with running water, with AC,
You know what's
inside
crazy?
a house of that I have love, that I have support.
You know what's
You
crazy?
know what I mean?
I
So
was washing my dishes and I was like, I'm so grateful that I'm not too tired to wash these dishes.
yeah, to see that's what I'm saying.
Like
Like the
that,
little
it's such
things.
a weird concept to me too, because like who wants to wash dishes?
Nobody
But
wants
no,
to watch it.
to me, washing dishes is sometimes soothing. So if I'm
No,
stressed
I
out, I
hate
actually
washing
like to
dishes.
wash them. But no, it's just water, anything with water for me. But yeah, so I was washing dishes and I thought literally like, I'm so grateful that I'm not too tired to do this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know me, I'm tired all the time. I'm a type 1 diabetic, in case nobody knows. So I'm much more tired than a typical person, and I just kind of push through my day. I am on no caffeine anymore prior to this surgery that I'm having, and I'm not dead yet, so that's good. But yeah,
Yeah. If you could go back and give Lala a day one some advice, what would it be?
everything we just told you, honestly.
Basically
If I could
everything.
sit down with my younger LaLa self, I would tell her to trust the voice inside her.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cry. I feel emotional now. That's the Pisces in me as well. Um, trust my intuition because I always knew that I would be successful in this industry,
Mhm.
and I let the voice of others stop me. I let the voice of my parents and the voice of my, you know, closer friends who weren't actually friends, like I let everybody else get into my head. So if I could talk to my younger self now, I would say screw what everybody else thinks and just do what you know you
Mhm.
can do. Because if you, in my opinion, if you have a vision for your life and you have a dream, there's a reason why it's there.
Yeah.
It doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Mhm.
There's a reason why I am so adamant about doing all the things that we're currently doing, Lily and I, for ourselves and our brand, like doing this podcast. I've thought about it for such a long time. I mentioned it to her once, and now look at us. Now we're on episode 2, and we're just going to keep growing with it. And I can see that for us, though. I can see us having a nice podcast setup in the future once this takes off.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm here for it. So that's literally the best advice I could give my younger self is to not give up because there were times where I wanted to
Yeah.
and I got really down on myself and I slowed down in my business and I shouldn't have done that, but just to trust that it's all going to work out
Yeah.
because it did. Because look at me now,
Yeah.
like it did.
Yeah.
And if I could see myself back then, if I could see the future now, I would have had no doubts
Yeah.
whatsoever. So shutting that doubt down,
Mm-hmm.
I would have told myself to do
Yeah,
that.
it's funny because you say like you kind of let other people. For me, it was like I had a lot of support, but it was my own self doubt that stopped me from growing faster than I. Because I know you and I talked about this before. We are lucky girls. We really are, and I know that sounds like ugh,
We're
whatever,
blessed.
but we are lucky girls. And if you don't think like that, nothing is gonna come for you. I'm sorry, but I'm just
Yeah.
being real. I feel like that's something I didn't realize how lucky I was. I was lucky that my family was behind me after I decided to change my whole life at 180. I went to college for health administration, and I'm not using that degree at all.
Is college really
I went back
necessary
to school.
anymore?
I went back to school to get my both licenses. Here I am. Everybody believed in me but myself, and I think that is a huge thing that I would have liked myself to realize that then,
Have the faith in yourself that other
and
people
how
have in
how
you.
lucky I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just silly because I'm like,
I think that
it's silly sometimes we stop ourselves.
I can't tell what is worse, having self-doubt or
Mhm.
having the whole world doubt you.
Right,
I
exactly.
can't really, because
Just
I've experienced both and they feel very similar. I
mhm.
can't really tell you
Which one is
which
worse?
one is worse or
Yeah,
which one is harder to get out of.
yeah.
Because like I said, I had all the confidence in the world starting out, but I let it hold me back that everybody else told me I couldn't do it
Mhm.
or that I wouldn't do it or that I shouldn't do it because I heard that. I think I still hear that sometimes actually.
Mhm.
But now to me, it doesn't phase me at all.
Mhm.
I hear I shouldn't do it and I'm like, okay. I roll my eyes and I
Whatever.
just keep doing what
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
doing. And I can't tell you if I really don't know which one's worse, self doubt or the doubt from others, because they're
Yeah,
both heavy.
they
They
are
both
heavy.
feel like a weight. They both feel like
Mhm.
drowning.
Yeah,
That's the only way I can describe
yeah.
self doubt
And
to
it's
me
funny
or
because people
doubt
are
from
like,
others.
well, people, right? They're like, oh, just use that. Like I said earlier, I know sounds easier when I say it. Like use that energy at something else instead of those people that are criticizing you. But when it's you with that energy, it's also difficult
When you're
because you can't just change
constantly,
it. It's work. It's
when
constant
you're,
work.
exactly, when you're constantly being told you are not worth it, and I'm going to speak from experience on this one because that was my life for a very long time,
Mhm.
where I was told I'm not worth it or I'm not good enough. When you're constantly told that, it is so much easier to believe it than to fight it.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing that I would tell my younger self is don't believe everyone who's telling you you're not worth it or you're
Yeah.
not good enough,
Mhm.
because that was a really hard battle that I had to face coming into this industry, hard battle that I had to face through my life,
Mhm.
but also maybe a necessary battle to make me the stronger person that I am today.
But just like I said, everything shapes you, and you wouldn't be who you are now if you didn't go through every single thing you had to go through.
I know, and that sucks.
And it really freaking
That
sucks.
sucks. That
It
sucks
really
so
sucks.
much. That's
But
terrible.
and I was
That's so
actually talking to
terrible.
Hector about that. I was like, it's kind of funny that sometimes we beat down ourselves, like, oh, these things I went through. But then I'm like, well, look where you are.
Yeah.
Like, don't don't even think about that.
I'm proud
And
of
everybody's
myself,
hard because you realize, oh my God, you also have to acknowledge all the things that you went through
which is hard for me
to
because I don't
be
like
where
to
you
think about them.
are.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah. But anyway,
I don't know.
I
It's
guess
just,
we went a little longer
we went
today,
a little longer than
but there were some good
normal,
questions.
but we
I
had
feel
some good
like,
questions. We're still going to be answering questions next
yeah.
week. Next week, we're going to dive a little bit more into like the laser side of the industry and some of the things that we do, like here at the place that we work at. So we're going to dive a little bit into more laser aesthetics next week. Again, if you guys have questions or comments on this episode or want to know more about us, anything, please drop them down in the comments section. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, share this with your friends in the industry, share this with your friends who are going into the industry. And you know what? We might do another one of these in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
I think we should do this like
give us
maybe
some
once a month.
feedback. Let us know what else you want to know about. We're always happy to answer any questions.
We are super happy to answer questions. Make sure you follow us both on Instagram at christina.laser.goddess and at Reboot Aesthetics. We'll see you guys next week and peace. Bye.